Mr. Andrew Keates. My word, this is bigger than the Finborough. Gosh. Ladies and gentlemen, this isn't somewhere where I usually belong as a theatre director, but tonight I thought I'd make an exception. Or the landlord. My name is Andrew Keates, and I'm probably best known as a theatre director. And my job is essentially to look after those that work in this wonderful business that we call show. And in many ways, that's the reason why I wanted to speak to you tonight. Last year, I had the privilege of directing the very first AIDS play, As Is, by William M. Hoffman. And I was amazed that so many people turned to me and asked, why are you doing an AIDS play in this day and age? Surely we're beyond that. I sat down with my cast and my production team on the very first day, and I said, there's a few reasons why I want to do this. Firstly, because it's a beautiful story, the idea of one person reaching out to another and saying, will you take me as is? As anybody knows in this room, I'm a little bit of a romantic. The second part of why I wanted to tell this story was because of the respect that I have for all those that we lost in the 80s and the 90s. Those of you who have been in this industry more than a couple of minutes knows that with the return of Miss Saigon, just how many we lost in that great cast 30 years ago. And the most important reason, and the reason that I wanted to do this play, was that perhaps, if one person saw our little play in a little room, maybe they may get tested. And perhaps that if it came up that they were positive, they would get the therapy that they needed. The thing that shocked me and the thing that terrified me is after the production, I had no reason that that person would be me. I had never thought that I would ever be HIV positive. We're not raising money just for some people that are outside of the theatre. We're raising money for our friends and our colleagues and all of those that work in this wonderful business. And you know what? It's hard enough. Why do we have to have some kind of prejudice about it? Before this speech, I was probably some opinionated guy on Twitter. Now you see me as somebody with this horrific virus. I said at the beginning of the speech, if I have one wish tonight, it is to look after all of you in some respect and to tell a great story. Well, I couldn't have given you a bigger story. But, last but by no means least, as a director's job, it is to look after one's cast and one's production team. And with that in mind, regardless of the great fun that we're having tonight, I beg every single one of you to get tested. Now! Be safe. And last but by no means least, my darling, if you actually were lucky enough to audition, you would know that the last actor I paid got £470 a week. I think you should take that back. And if you think that that's more important than why we came together, then my love, I have deep sympathy, and perhaps you shouldn't be here. Because as far as I'm concerned, we're all artists, and actually telling great stories is why we come together. And I've shared mine with you, like it or lump it, but actually I care. Thank you very much.